A few years ago, I used to have and own a tiara, and I wish I wouldn't have gotten rid of it because today's prompt would have been perfect to wear it for this video. Hello friends, happy Wednesday. So very excited that you're here. Hoping that this video goes well and it's actually getting posted. So sorry for last week. Funny enough, I bought the wrong adapter, so I'm using my old one. I'm trying to change up things, so I'm hoping that the sound sounds okay and everything. Thank you so much for your patience, friends. I really appreciate it. Before I get into Top 5 Wednesday, I just want to say that today is the final and last day to vote in my poll that I have been doing this month. If you want to go vote for your favorites, be sure to go do that. I'm going to leave a link down below. If you're unsure about what voting is happening with my shoujo event, check out this video here. Go enter the giveaway. Very excited. It has been absolutely chaotic. As of last checking before filming this video, we were at a two-way tie for two different sets of titles. Anybody's game, so to speak, of what shoujo manga I will be reading and reviewing this summer. Definitely stay tuned for Friday because I will be announcing the giveaway winner as well as what shoujo manga I will be reading. Alright, now that I've plugged that in there, let's go ahead, jump into Top 5 Wednesday. But in case if you're not familiar with Top 5 Wednesday, in a nutshell, basically each week I answer a prompt using 5 books, but in this case I do manga to reflect the said prompt. Today's prompt is princesses, because interestingly enough, today is International Tiara Day. So to celebrate this worldwide holiday, we are featuring different princesses in fiction that we just either want to put some spotlight on or just feature because they're amazing and they just deserve some love. I originally struggled with this prompt because I was like, man, I don't apparently have much manga that has like royalty and such. Well, I take that back. I've got ones with like prince, but actual princesses was a whole other story. And I was like, I don't really know why this is a struggle. But then I was thinking, for number one, I don't even know why this didn't come straight to mind because as I mentioned in my last week's video on Friday of shoujo manga that I was excited to read in the Viz Media app because I did that video since I had not been reading. And the reason being is because I have been hanging out with Link and Princess Zelda, who's my number one feature today, in the new Tears of the Kingdom game. Like, I've still been playing it, though I have actually read some books since that video, so feel a little bit proud of myself. I even actually read 2 books yesterday. I'm like, when did I become excited and proud of myself for reading when that's typically what I do every day? But yes, I wanted to feature Princess Zelda. I decided to do this manga, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, just in the Zelda universe, she's always there, and it's been really exciting for me personally because my oldest has really gotten into Zelda, and I've been really enjoying talking to him about Zelda lore in the game and just the franchise in general. I guess more the franchise than the specific game. He's like way ahead of me, but I have loved Princess Zelda's design in Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, she looks incredible here, and I purposely chose this one because I love just how she looks. She looks incredible. I mean, she's very beautiful regardless, like I said, of what manga, what game. She's an absolute amazing character. I was about to do a spoiler, but look at her. Look at her. I totally am a Zelink shipper, or Zelink, however you want to say that. I love them so much, and I've been loving some of the tidbits we've been getting Tears of the Kingdom, and hoping I'm like, please, Nintendo, come out and officially say they are a thing. But I think Princess Zelda is incredibly strong. I mean, you definitely see that. I mean, that's most vividly coming to mind since it's the last game I played, is Breath of the Wild, because how was she able to hold off, I'm totally blanking if it was Ganon in the game, but to hold off the enemy for 100 years with her power is absolutely amazing. And even when I was like skimming through this one, because I know Marg Reads Manga had read it and really enjoyed it, and somebody else I know, I think it's Bo at Otaku-in-Training, I think he's also reading Zelda, but he's reading Twilight Princess, I believe. But I feel like no matter which universe, so to speak, within the Zelda franchise, she is always doing her best and being so incredibly strong and giving her all. I love Princess Zelda though. I found some earrings of her that she wears in Tears of the Kingdom, and oh, the urge not to go buy them ASAP was really hard. If the shipping wasn't 20 bucks, I would have been all over that because I'm like, totally want to look cool like Princess Zelda. I mean, I don't have that same royalty by any means, but she's amazing, and I'm like, why didn't I think of featuring her a lot sooner than this morning? For number 2, I am not forgetting again, and I am going to feature Princess Vivi-chan from One Piece. I love Vivi. She is one of my favorite characters spoilers in One Piece. And I was like, how could you forget her, Laura? Like, I absolutely love and adore her. I think she is an amazing and phenomenal princess. I love the backstory we get with her. I'm not going to say too much because it's definitely spoilers, but she cares and loves her people so very much. The things that she has done to just do the best that she can for her people and to provide for them in the best way where they can have the most happiness. And even I feel like greater than that, just for her people to be provided for them to have clean drinking water and just water in general. I was really, really just blown away how when you first meet her, she was not my favorite, and then you find out things and I was like, oh my goodness, I have not left the Vivi train ever since then because I just really, really adore her character. And I'm like, I need to go back and read that arc because I love it. It's really good. And the way that Vivi, she's very optimistic and very hopeful, which Luffy definitely sort of puts her in her place, so to speak, and reminds her like, this is war. People are going to hurt. There may be people who get seriously injured and you have to make a decision of what you're going to do. And so for Vivi to have that kind of burden on her shoulders as a princess and also saying goodbye to her friends so that she could be the princess she needs to be in her homeland was really, really emotional. So I think it's just amazing how she is able to make the decisions that she has done. I don't have the manga on me because I remembered the other day, then I forgot, and then I remembered this morning, and I'm like, I don't care if I don't have the manga in my hands. Vivi-chan must be featured because I absolutely love her. For number 3, this princess must be featured, and that is Yoda. That is Yoda. I think it's interesting. I was looking up shoujo princesses online that I was trying to like branch out and think of like, is there anybody else that I have no idea, which there were definitely plenty of them. So we have Princess Yona, girl from Dawn of Arcana. I don't think she's a princess, so I didn't feature her. And then we have Snow with the red hair, which Shirayuki in Snow with the red hair, which she's not a princess either. But I thought it interesting that somebody's like, these are all red hair young women. They're involved in royalty in some way. Princess Yona is the only princess, but I think all of them are amazing. Even if I haven't read Dawn of the Arcana, I'm not going to say like Yona is better than them and that they're better than Yona because I feel like that's unfair because each of them have different strong qualities. I feel like with Yona, what comes to mind is her compassion for her people. She really goes on this wild journey. I mean, if you've read the beginning, you know what happens to Yona's father and how Yona is forced to flee her kingdom. She's just sort of like a wanderer. I mean, she doesn't have a home per se, and she's interacting with the people for the first time, and she's seeing how they have suffered, what they have thought of her father, who was a pacifist. There's a lot going on in Yona's life. She doesn't have anybody to depend on in the beginning except for Hawk. The way that that journey affected her and how it led her to be the young woman she is in the latest volume is just so mind-blowing because when she could have turned to anger, to revenge, she has not followed those paths. She has not allowed those emotions to take over, and I think it makes her another princess that's very admirable because the more we have seen her grow in this series, the more it feels like she rightfully deserves to be on the throne. I mean, I feel like obviously she did because she's the daughter, but now when you see how she's leading her people, how she has won their hearts because of that compassion and how she genuinely cares for them, like she makes it known that they are worthy of protection, that she wants to give everything she has to keep them safe and just show love to them as a ruler is so awesome. It is a wonderful thing. That's actually one thing I really appreciate about binge reading the whole series last year, of being able to really take in all of that, because as somebody has said, and I know I've said it before, Yona is queen in just how she comes to be the young, strong woman that she is. And I feel like whenever the time comes and she is and needs to be the ruler of her land, not just by blood, but in name and title and prestige from her people, it will be more than rightfully deserved for everything she has done behind the scenes, how she's gone to different countries, she's fought different people. Definitely wish and want the best of things for her in light of everything she has gone through and just how strong of a character she is. She is absolutely amazing. For number 4, I'm so excited to feature this one. It's sort of a little bit of a twist, but I'm featuring We Swore to Meet in the Next Life, and that's when things got weird. I'm going to feature Princess Yuko. You can sort of see her a little bit better up here. Oh my goodness. I love this manga. It's very short. I read all 3 volumes in a day, and I really need to come back and reread it because she is one of those characters. Like, obviously in her past life, she was a princess, but you know, as it says, we swore swore to meet in the next life. So she's not a princess now, but she still has those, I feel like, princess qualities, for a lack of a better word, in this life, and how she's very caring, she's very considerate, and apparently I feel like that is a running theme for me personally of princesses that I feel like deserve to be spotlighted, that at least that I have on my shelf. It's been so long since I have read this, and I wish I would have like skimmed through before so that I could have more to say. It's just when I thought of princesses that I felt were very beautiful inside and out, Princess Yuko came to mind, especially how she was willing, for the sake of her people, for the sake of her kingdom, she was willing to put her happiness on the line and do what she needed to do, despite that I was so heartbroken, because I'm pretty sure it's at the end of volume 3, yes, that you get her backstory. Oh my goodness, I was a little bit of a hot mess. I didn't expect to cry, and I don't think I really cried during the series, but when it came to that backstory of her and just seeing how regal she is, and again how caring and loving she is, not just to our main guy here, but to everyone around her, was so emotional, and that she was willing, like I said, to give up her own happiness. I also really admire her, and I'm so glad that we were able to read about her in the modern world and that she had that second chance at love. It was so beautiful, so rightfully deserved. She is a very wonderful character, and just so happy for her in this story. For number 4, if any princess definitely deserves to be on this list, it is Princess Pride from the Most Heretical Last Boss Queen, from Villainous to Savior. I have gushed about her in a video review of how incredible Pride is as a character. I will never get over how she is willing, she's another princess, willing to put everything on the line, including not just her happiness, but her very life, for the sake of her people, for her people to be cared for her people not to suffer in any kind of way that is because of her. She is absolutely amazing. I do not know how she can make the decisions that she does. Granted, I know that she is a character, or like I was about to say a human. She's still a human, but she was reincarnated into this Otome game as this villainess, for her still to make those decisions as this princess, because she could have decided that she was going to go down the same path as the original villainess, but she's doing every single thing opposite of that, which is not uncommon in the villainous isekai genre. But again, what makes this story unique is that Pride is putting her life on the line. Like, it's not just her happiness. She's like, adamantly, you take me out if I'm ever hurting the people around me, like my family or the people of this kingdom. She is just willing to sacrifice everything, and I admire that about her so much. This is an amazing short series. It has stuck with me, and I got the light novel, and I'm like, I need more of Princess Pride, and really wishing for her happiness and not just sacrificing herself for everybody else's happiness. For my honorable mention, I'm wrestling between 2 different series. I was going to say Princess Goshiki from A Galaxy Next Door, or Princess Blondia from My Gently Raised Beast, which is a manhwa. I have volumes 1 and 2. I binge read this in like 2 or 3 days on, it was on Webtoons, and A Galaxy Next Door, you guys voted of which of the manga titles I should do a review of on here, and A Galaxy Next Door won. I feel like both of these princesses are very amazing, but for different reasons. Like, Goshiki is very naive, and I don't mean that in a bad way. She's very innocent, and I think part of the beauty of this story is seeing our princess, our star princess, come to fall in love and see what love is in a different way, her be able to have different freedoms that she's never experienced before. But I think both of these princesses are amazing for 2 different reasons, and I guess I'm just gonna feature both of them because they're honorable mentions and we can go with it because that's just what we do. And that, my friends, wraps up all of my picks for princesses I would love to spotlight for International Tiara Day. I didn't even know this was a holiday. Again, I wish I had a tiara. That'd be so fitting right now. But what are some manga that you know of that have royalty that you would recommend? Or maybe what are some princesses that you love in fiction that you totally think deserve some love and spotlight? Share them with me because I would love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And don't forget to go vote in my shoujo event. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!